Ashley Jones, your host for Connected. Today we'll be talking to Paul Adams from the Anywhere Theatre Festival, John Wilton from Network Video, and we have a live performance by local musician Tim O'Brien. First, the inside look at big shows in town. Well, it's a big week of events going on around this part of the world, so make sure you're not missing out. One of the world's best comedic rock bands, Tenacious D, aka Jack Black and Kyle Gass, will be unleashing their craziness on May 10th at the Convention and Exhibition Centre. Their latest album, Rise of the Phoenix, hit the top 10 of the Australian album chart last year. Dance music sensation Example hits up the Tivoli on May 9 with what is set to be an electrifying live show featuring tracks from his latest album, The Evolution of Man. He's played at numerous large musical festivals and shows right around the world, and it's worth checking out. Meanwhile, for a more laid-back feel, British singer-songwriter Beth Orton is coming to town, showcasing tracks off her latest album, Sugaring Season. She'll be playing in the very unique venue of St John's Cathedral in the city on May 10. Well, now for the local music feel, ARIA-nominated rockers Evermore play at the Hamilton Hotel on May 9, with plenty of new tracks from their latest album, Follow the Sun. They also recently had the privilege of appearing as a support act on Maroon 5's Australian tour. Well, while we're over in the theatre, the Hot Shoe Shuffle is on at QPAC until May 19. It's been described as the hottest toe-tapping show you'll ever see. With a brilliant Australian cast, it's one of the only locally produced shows to have had a successful run on the West End in the UK. Hey, don't forget it's Mother's Day on Sunday, so make sure you include your mum in whatever you're planning. That's what's happening around town this week. From Small Crown Productions and also the 2013 Anywhere Theatre Festival, welcome Paul.
Great to be here, thanks.
Great to have you on the show, and the festival sounds very exciting. Yeah. But before we get into a bit more detail about that, how did it start?
The festival is designed to support independent artists, to take theatre out of a traditional theatre space and put it literally anywhere. So the volunteer CEO, Paul Osanch, and Alex McTavish, who works with him, both volunteers running the festival, created the festival for that specific purpose and to support independent artists to be able to create theatre in non-traditional theatre spaces.
Why do you think it's important to be able to bring theatre away from those spaces to the people on the street?
I think theatre is a great mechanism for us in a number of ways, and the big thing is we learn about ourselves, we learn about life, we get entertained, and everybody wants that. And I think to be able to take it out of that traditional theatre space and just make it more part of the everyday life, it's going to help grow theatre, it's going to help grow the industry, it's going to be great for artists, but it's also going to help create a culture that accepts theatre a lot more.
And are people accepting it? Like, is this festival actually helping to do that?
Yeah, it's been really exciting. This is the third year that the festival's run. Last year the festival had over 66,000 people come out to see a piece of theatre in a non-traditional theatre space. So
that's massive, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great response, yeah. This year there's 49 performances. There's over 260 performers, producers, directors, creatives working on shows. So it's been a real great hub to bring that sort of work together.
So what kind of spaces are you finding that you're doing the performances in?
There's some really interesting things happening. Last year, a few performances happened in people's houses, in people's backyards. They're doing that again this year. Alleyways, car parks. There's an exciting production, I think. The Aboriginal Centre for Performing Arts are doing Romeo and Juliet in the car park with 4 directors from 4 different countries. So we've got a German, an Australian, and United States and the UK, so they're all feeding into that, which is fantastic. And I'm really excited. There's one called Mona Brow Presents, and it's a tour on a trackless train through Rome Street Parklands. So little things like that, and we're producing our own show, which will be performed in the Queensland Museum. So a lot of different stuff.
So that's going to be very special in that space.
Yeah, we're really excited to be in there.
So what motivated you to want to be part of this festival?
Well, I love creating theatre. Trying to create theatre in a traditional venue is very expensive. Creating theatre at all is very expensive. To have that added cost of a traditional venue, it almost becomes unattainable for a lot of independent artists. So being able to facilitate theatre and look at it in a different way and create a new life for it in places that people just wouldn't consider it. It's an exciting thing to do. So
because at the end of the day, that is it, isn't it? It's backsides on seats, and and if you have a half house, then you start losing a lot of money.
Well, absolutely, and everybody that is in this job and does this work wants to be successful and wants people to like and come and see what they do so they can keep creating more of it. So yeah, it is. It's about getting profile, it's about building reputation, it's about creating great work that people want to come and see.
So it's on this month, and it's going to be, we'll get more detail at the end of our segment, but for you as a performer though, just really briefly, how important is a festival like this for you to be able to show your wares?
I think it's really important. It creates a focus for independent theatre, particularly as an independent producer. So to have a mechanism that can focus people's attention on that sort of work in and around, you know, a hub like Brisbane, which is a great compact city that you can get from one place to the other fairly quickly and easily. I think it's really important.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Paul. And you can catch Paul and the Anywhere Festival Theatre from the 8th to the 19th of this month. So jump on the website for more details. After the break, we'll give you a look at some holiday inspiration for our travel segment and hear from young local musicians. We'll be back soon. Well, welcome back. You are watching Connected. For any of you planning a holiday but stuck choosing a destination, Frances Cassidy is here to help us. And Frances, where are you taking us?
Well, actually, I thought Vanuatu this week would be a good one to start with.
I can live with that, yes.
I think we all could, really.
Yes.
I think we all deserve a holiday from time to time, and I know Tourism Queensland is saying we should be taking more breaks, whether they're at home or overseas. So we'll start with Vanuatu.
Okay.
Doesn't take long to get there, 2.5 hours from Brisbane. So
is that all it is?
That's all it is. So it's very easy to get there. Yeah.
So I guess, I mean, that in itself means at least it's fairly cost effective as well.
It is. The airfares are really quite affordable. You've got about 3 different carriers going there now, so you've got a bit of competition, which is good. And yes, you know, you get there, you step off the plane and you're in the beautiful South Pacific.
Now we hear that. And I guess in our minds we see the palm trees and the beautiful blue ocean, the
Yes.
sand. Is that a brochure or is that real?
No, actually, it is real. It is absolutely beautiful. The water is that beautiful turquoise going to green. It's so clear you can see the sand rippled underneath the water. It's just beautiful, just gorgeous.
Well, that's all we've got time for. That sounds
a bit
wonderful.
tempting, isn't it?
It is very
No,
tempting.
It's beautiful. And, you know, it's for all ages, for all pocketbooks or you know, whatever you want to say. So you can go backpacking, or you can stay in a 4 to 5 star hotel. You can stay in a motel if you've got a family and want to save money and cook your own meals. But what I like about it is it still has that little bit of Frenchness about it. So we have some beautiful French food there as well. And they try and incorporate the local produce, bananas and mangoes and things like that as well. So it is really lovely. I can't wait to go on holiday. So pick me, I'll go now.
I'm there now. Yes, forget this. We're out of the studio. We're gone. So with Vanuatu, though, like as you're alluding to, it's something to fit all budgets.
Yes.
But it's also, by the sound of it, you can be, if you want to be in the 5-star hotel, you can.
Yes.
But you can be in like a bungalow and be very relaxed.
Yes.
Does that mean you can cook for yourself as well to lower the cost?
Yes, you can. That's not a problem at all. And we're finding too with Vanuatu, it's very popular for honeymooners, and there are a lot of people getting actually married in Vanuatu. They're bringing the family over and getting married on the islands as well, and having the honeymoon there at the same time.
And I guess with the cost of venues, that's not out of the question, is it?
It's not really, no. I mean, the venues to get married in Brisbane are pretty hefty at times.
Yes. Now, when I'm in Vanuatu,
Yes.
here's a faith statement, I'm there,
Yes.
you've got me there.
Yes.
Is it expensive to be there?
Now that's an interesting question. How long's a piece of string? I mean, where do you want to dine? What do you want to drink? It depends on how much you want to spend. You know, you can eat extravagantly or you don't have to.
So the choice is there.
The choice is definitely there. And they do have a couple of restaurants that are now BYO, which was a first for Vanuatu a few years ago. So, you know, you can go to the little wine shop and buy your bottle of French white or red, whatever it is, and then take it along to dinner like you do in Brisbane.
So what would be some of the things that you would want to go and see?
Well, I really like the natural side of it, the nature side. So I like to go for walks along the beach, in the forests as well. I like to go and see Mishin Tushkin's artwork. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's quite famous in the Pacific area. So, you know, if you can be as creative as you like or as lazy as you like. You know, it's up to you, really.
I'll take the latter if that's all right. Sounds fantastic. Well, thank you. You've destroyed my day now.
Sorry, Ashley, and to the viewers, but I hope you get a chance to go there because it
Yes.
really is beautiful. And while you're there, a little tip, try a creme brulee. They're to die for.
Okay, right, yeah, well, we'll keep that in mind. And for people wanting to check out, they can get to their local tourism office?
They can phone Sydney, the Vanuatu Tourism Office, or they can go to their local travel agent, or they can Google it, find out all the information, book it online if they want to. Yep. But remember, your travel agent actually has probably been there and can give you more information.
Absolutely. We'll see you next time round. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley.
See where she's going to take us next time. Earlier, Tom Sherston caught up with young Ipswich band The Skinny Finches to discuss musical influences and the future of the Ipswich music scene.
I'm Mason Fletcher.
I'm Callum Halstead.
And I'm Maxwell Kennedy.
And we're the Skinny Finches.
I got a text because I was in another band. I still am at the moment. It's ending. Called Kinda Sexy. And I got a text from Max asking me when my next gig was. And I said, I don't have one because my band's ending. And then he said, oh, come play with this guy. So I don't know how it happened before that, but they had some ideas and I just sort of came in and played guitar. That's sort of what I do.
Well,
Where'd the name originate from?
the name. Oh man, that was years ago. A mate Scotty and I were trying to start this band because we were into acting school together, and we had this thing called the Skinny Finches because we're both tall and skinny dudes, and just was a bit of a joke. Yeah, to our genre, like a grungy, heavier stuff. It's all Melbourne based, Sydney based even, but yeah, they're trying to really bring a scene into Ipswich, I know, because when we played with another band we're in at Studio 188, there's a lot of talk of trying to encourage a lot of new younger bands to play there, because it's a very good place. Like, it's one of the best places we've played. Great equipment, great sound crew and all that. It's not like there's a lack of talent locally. In fact, it's completely the opposite. There's a lot of talent locally, but there's not the audience, really. Yeah, and no belief that we're gonna be anything. Everyone wants to go see a free show in Ipswich. No one wants to pay for a show.
We all write out the material together. We come up with riffs regularly.
It's pretty
in
organic,
each practice.
yeah.
Yeah, we just
start
jam
jamming
out.
and then build from there.
And then, yeah, write the drums, writes the riff, does the lead, and most riffs, all the good songs are Callum's.
Yeah. All the interesting
And then
stuff.
we go, and then we chill out, and then write some lyrics. So whatever we're feeling, whatever goes.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It just passed together in a month. We managed to write 12 songs, which is pretty good on that. And we actually, the biggest problem was with our performance coming up is not writing more music and sticking to what we had and cutting it back to the 45 minutes worth of material.
10 years, I think, the Ipswich scene will pick up. I mean, there's a lot of people that I know that I went to school with that are in lots of like multiple bands and you know, and they're writing their own stuff and they're picking up and they're playing gigs around Springfield and Bundamba and everything, and they're trying really hard to pick it up. So it'll just be a flowing effect.
I honestly think Paul Pasali has done a lot for the entertainment industry in Ipswich. He's put a lot of money into it, and yeah, good on him, like, for that sort of stuff. And I think if the direction keeps going, and especially with the fact that they're trying to make a mini CBD in Ipswich as well, we could bring a second scene to Ipswich in that 10 years. That would be great. But us in 10 years, definitely all over the world. We don't plan to stop. Like, we're in it for the long haul. Actually, as the only one out of us who's played at Studio 188, because these guys were a part of finding us a lot of time. It is a blessing in disguise. Well, not even in disguise, it's just straight up a blessing to Ipswich. Like, sure, we have the convention centre, and really any cool bands that ever played was just the CWA hall with all the hardcore stuff. But the money that they've spent on doing that place up, it's phenomenally well lit. It is like great sound crew. It's to the point where it's fully set up for live recording as well. Like, it's to all the bells and whistles. Hopefully everyone moshes too, if we can get an audience. If not, my crowd surfing's gonna hurt.
Returning to the roots, definitely. I love to think of that, because I love to see other bands doing it before us, like Powderfinger, how they came back time and time again.
I really don't think, if you're doing it right, you never really leave your roots.
I think it depends on what you mean by roots. I think
Yeah, check us out on the Facey Bees. Can we say that? We have an Unearth profile, a SoundCloud. Check it all out. Vote for us. Help get the Ipswich scene moving. You know, it's always good to help the local kids out. So that's about us. We're the Skinny Finches.
Thank you.
And the Skinny Finches there for you. Don't forget to check that site out. And keeping it musical, straight up after the break, Tim O'Brien joins us. Stay connected. This is Connected, and we're lucky to have fingerstyle guitarist Tim O'Brien here in the studio. How are you, Tim?
Wonderful, thank you, Asher.
I'm just so delighted you're here again with us, and you've been around with other programs in the past, but to have you in the studio again is wonderful. You're going to play something very special. We won't give anything away there. So what's happening musically, though, for you around town?
Well, at the moment I've got I've got a Sunday performance, a regular Sunday performance on up at the Springfield Lakes Cafe District, and I'm performing up there fairly regularly with my wife, and we're doing I do some instrumental guitar and some solo work with Mia, and I rotate through several restaurants. I've got the Nook Cafe, Trattoria Cafe, and another one which is the Jazz Cat Cafe. I think this month also I've head up to Gympie. I think early Gympie I'd do a performance for the Arts Council. And then I think there's after that I've got a few performances where I think I go up to the Burdekin Theatre, up to Townsville to play for Dance North, out to Charters Towers, and then in August I think I'm also playing for a guitar festival. I'm an artistic director for the Caloundras.
Sounds
guitar.
absolutely fantastic. Well, Tim, certainly keeping yourself very busy, which is fantastic, and great to see that you're getting so many bookings. We're going to hear from you, though. We'll let you get across to the performance area, so you're like to head over there for me, and I'll introduce what you're up to. And Tim, of course, is, as he said, around the place quite regularly in the Brisbane market, so you can certainly hear him. Don't forget, each Sunday at the Springfield Cafe Precinct, you can hear him there, and at the venues that he's mentioned. Don't forget, you can also check out Tim on MySpace, so if you'd like to do a search, you'll be able to pick him up on that as well. And we have the details on the screen for you. And of course, Tim himself is a very accomplished finger guitarist, and the piece he's going to play for us today is one that will really demonstrate his tremendous skills. It's not a piece that by any means is something that you treat very lightheartedly. He makes it seem so very, very easy. From Queen, it's a delightful piece that's called Bohemian Rhapsody. Tim O'Brien, thank you so much. That was absolutely delightful. Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, and that would have taken a lot of skill, a lot of practice, and you made it look so simple. Thank you. Don't forget, you can hear more of Tim's music, and you can get online to timobryanguitarist.com, and on there you'll find out all the details of where you can hear him live. My thanks also to the guests being on the show, and also our big thanks to you as well for watching. We look forward to your company again, and stay connected. I'm Ashley Jones. Bye.